Hello everyone, welcome to Gundam Evolution. Been playing this game a bit, just unlocked level 20, so I'm able to start my ranked. But before I start my ranked, I just wanted to say, from a casual perspective of going up from level 0 all the way up to 20, about a solo player, just playing casual matches, about what I feel about each of the characters. So if you're like me, I'll just go ahead and go through all the characters, and say what I feel about them, and show their abilities off and everything. Before I start, I'd like to show which characters I played the most. So, Pale Rider, I actually just started playing last night, and it's actually incredibly good. So, even though I haven't played that much, I'm able to see that's a good character. Asamar also, I've seen a lot of people underrate it. Maybe not underrate's the best word, but it's definitely a character that can hold its own. Basically, like every character can. But I've had a lot of fun playing it. And then Dom Trooper, obviously, seen a lot of people say that's very good, and yes, it is. I mean, it's incredibly good, but we'll get to that once we go into each character individually. So to start off with Pale Rider, I'll just show off its abilities. First off, you can see it's got 1,000 armor and 2 sprints or dashes. You can zoom in or aim down sights. Next, you got your E. Your E slows down enemies in its vicinity, so basically pointless. The only time I could really see a use for it is if you're like out of ammo or something and someone's right on you. You can maybe throw it and try to get away, but incredibly useless, basically. You got your F, which is a grenade. I mean, it is what it is. If they're all grouped up, it's nice to throw it. I usually just spam it on cooldown when I'm trying to get a kill. And then you got your C, which really elevates this to top tier character, is your heal. It's an AoE heal. I think it heals like 500 or so is what I can recall. I mean, not quite sure. But that's really good, especially if you had corners like this. If you're holding on a point like here, there's a lot of enemies in here. You get your team behind you. You're ready to push in. Before you push in, you just throw down a heal. You can attack. While you're getting shot, you're also healing up. Once everyone's ready, you can all just push in. You're all healed up. And yeah, that's definitely really good. Also, your ultimate move is very good. Let me just get that up by killing a few. Alright, got our ultimate. And the ultimate is really what elevates this into a really good solo player ultimate. Some ultimates, I mean, it's really good, like Mathis. I'll just get to that. Really good for if you have a team you know, and you'll be like, alright, I'm going to ult you. But this character, once you ult, basically all around increases your damage, and you start shredding enemies. You got like faster reload, faster damage. I think you even move faster. And you just start, you can absolutely solo take some objectives when you ult. I've definitely got like 4 to 5 kills ulting. And you're just really good for taking your team and pushing a point, especially if they're not the best. You can just solo carry that. Next we got Gundam. I'm not even going to spend a lot of time on Gundam just because I actually haven't played that much. I think I played like once or so. I mean, it seems fine from testing around here in practice. I've seen there is a decent fitted... I guess damage drop-off isn't that bad. I mean, you're not going to be doing long range on most maps. So, I mean, 3 to 4 shots to kill. Not that bad. I do like the chain. It's a nice stun. It does decent damage. Like I said, I haven't played around with it. I don't know how easy it is to get a combo with it or whatever. But then, and then you got your shield. I mean, it's a shield. What can you say? Decent for taking some hits. And yeah, it's all is also probably one of the best ults there is. Huge AoE, does tons of damage. So if you ever got a bomb plant or anything, or trying to capture a point with everyone in it, you throw that in. You do get time to get out, but if you're like stuck somewhere, I mean, after that goes off and people charge in, you're definitely dead. So yeah. Zakutu ranged. This is a character that I started out playing the game with, and then I sort of transitioned off. But now I'm trying to go back just to see, because this character is definitely a close-range character. If you try to kill someone from far, you're gonna not even manage to kill them. If you're up close, you just shred some of this damage. So you definitely need to have a good team that's willing to push up, or either you need to be someone that's going to be able to know all the flank spots and you can get around. With your 3 dashes, it is very, very easy to get around the map. So if you can get like behind someone, they're definitely dead, especially if you're close ranged. You got your Q, which is a axe swing, does decent damage and stuff. You got your E, which is invulnerability frames. I think it's 2 seconds. can't tell. It doesn't say. 1 to 2 seconds of invulnerability. That's really good. Just if you push in too far, you can invuln. You can try to sprint out and get back to your team. Maybe they can heal you up or something. That's also good for like a Barbados. If he's charging, if he's coming right at you, you pop your invuln. Or you can just dash away, to be honest. It's all about the same. Then you got your G, or your F, I mean. Just a plain grenade. I mean, is what it is. Like I said, throw it in and get the free damage. And yeah, if you're up close, you're going to have a hard time, especially with these characters and having 3 dashes. But if you see it from far away, get your damage in quick, because it's not going to be able to do a lot of damage from far away. Then Barbados, I played this like 1 time, and it's just not a character for me. I just cannot aim its right click. So first we just get it's a melee character. You got your melee. Press E, you can jump up in the air. That's good for getting on top of stuff or just getting like out of their sight. And then you got your hold right, your right click, and you can shift while you do this. So you like this, you shift in. See, right there, I just missed that. Your F though, your F is a AOE like hit. That's nice. But your right click, if I can actually get it on someone. See if we can get on this guy. Come here. It's a huge stun and does it tons of damage. Like if you get stunned and it's a good player, you're gonna get one shot right afterwards because they're gonna immediately go right there. And if you're already stunned, you're dead. So it's a character that I'm not a big fan of because I miss my right clicks a lot. But if it's in a close space, I mean, you might as well keep your range because it's gonna have a hard time. If you do see one coming at you though, just sprint away, and it'll be dead before it gets to you if it's a long hallway. Sazabi, I've played this character also like once. It's got, even though it's only got 1 sprint, it's got decent mobility because you can see, you can press E to go to other people. You can also hit people with that. That breaks shields, and then you can charge right to them. And up close, this shotgun absolutely shreds. So not only do you have a shield, not only do you have 1400 HP, but the shotgun also does, if you're right up on them, it's going to 2-shot them. So if you're ever in a close space, I mean, you better keep your distance because this shotgun absolutely does work. Especially if they're getting pocketed by a healer and they got their shield up, you can absolutely just go in and clear, take all the damage. Your other team's just clearing everyone out. I mean, you can see the crits up at the top left. I mean, insane damage. You also got your Q. It spawns a bunch of little different rockets and stuff that attacks people. Does decent damage. If anyone's near you, they're going to have a tough time when you're popping that all. So if you're in a close space, you better watch out. And you got, oh, right, and then you got your C, which lets you see enemies through walls and stuff. Alright, Mathis. This is a character, I mean, I want to play it, and I sort of like to play it, but it's just only got 800 health, and so a lot of the times you're the main target. Once someone sees you, it's so easy to take you out. One plus, though, is that your weapons do a decent damage. Like, if you see here, if you get good headshots and stuff, I mean, you can absolutely take people down. But honestly, if you're playing this character, you definitely want to stay in the back lines. It's not a character you want to get up. Because you're going to be taking a lot of damage. You also transform. Transforming, though, I mean, damage is fine, I guess, but I hardly ever transform. Unless I'm healing someone, and I don't want to take damage, and they're all targeting, you can go up like this. You can still heal while you're flying. So, if I'm ever trying to heal someone, I don't want to die, I'll just fly up. Then you got your Q, though, you pop that on someone, and they do, like, damage, and it's reduced, let me just look. Do more damage or take less damage. I mean, that's nice. It goes to whoever's cabled. And then got your C, which is a turret. It's whatever. I mean, if no one notices it, it can do like 100 to 200 damage before people usually kill it. But people usually see it and kill it. GM Sniper. If you're a good shot, this is definitely one of the best characters there is. Because it's just, look, one-shots. One-shot headshot. But if you're not good at aiming, I mean, you're definitely going to have a hard time. You're going to be able to have to do headshots, which I can get them if they're close range sometimes, but usually characters, I mean, these guys are AI, so their movement's pretty predictable. But if you have someone who's actually playing, it's hard to get headshots in. But yeah, that one-shot potential is just insane. Like, if you are a good aim, you better watch out, because this is definitely one of the best classes. Your F, you see, just is a spray out from your helmet. And then your E, just as a jump pad. Just good for getting around. And then your C, you can heal people from a distance. That's nice. I mean, you're a sniper, you're going to be far away. Pop a C on them. Start healing them. That's really nice. And your Q is just a see through walls and stuff. missing all my shots now. But yeah, definitely good character name. Asamar. I've seen a lot of tier lists and stuff, and people usually put this guy really low, which I don't really get why. I mean, I've got a like 5 KD on this guy, and I mean, I only do solo casual matches, so I'm not getting ranked, so I don't know how it's gonna go there. But is no drop off weapon. I mean, even if it has like damage drop off at a certain point, I mean, you can just camp around a corner and just absolutely mow down some of these people. And then especially your F, if you get in a choke point like this, I mean, people, they're not going to be charging through that. I mean, very rarely. And even if they do, they're going to be low afterwards. So it can just be a good thing just to have up for a few seconds to wait for reinforcements. Throw that down, 12-second cooldown. It lasts for like, what, 2 or 3 seconds? And by that time, they're already going to be hurt, so they're probably going to fall back for a health pad or something. And once that comes through, you're just going to be able to kill them. You got your right click, which is just a bigger damage. It's basically seems the same damage as your normal left click, so I'm not quite sure. It says long range burst, so I guess it's good for long range maybe, but I never really use it for long range because it seems like it has like a travel time or something. I'm not quite sure. And then you got your Q, which is a big punch forward until you, I guess, until you hit a wall. It might just be a certain, that's probably not that far. I don't know. But if you get someone in a choke point with that, that's a good stun. Does decent damage. Will bring probably to half health. And then once again, you can fly. Like I said, I usually don't use this offensively. It's usually just to traverse the map real quick. If a Barbados is coming at me, maybe I'll pop it real quick. Like if I have distance and they're like right there coming at me, I'll pop it and I can get some damage in on them. But if they're right up on you, you'll probably want to just sprint out. So yeah, a character that's, I mean, it's definitely not one of the top characters, but it's definitely fine. I mean, I do decent work on it. And then we go to Dom Trooper, which I quit playing recently. I haven't really played it that much. I've just sort of found the other characters better. But this character, I mean, if you can see right here, the splash damage potential is huge. Especially if you get enemies in a point like this, and they're just all in there, like, because they don't want to push out into your team. If you get some good rockets in there, that splash damage, I mean, that's just huge, huge, huge damage. You also have your mines. I think they only do like 100 damage, so not the best. Let's see. I mean, you can pretty confidently run through that without much of an issue. Especially if it's on a bomb plant, you can just blow them up real quick. So not that big of a deal. But then you also got your armor, 300 armor. It's when I play in solo, it's a bit iffy using that because for one, it takes up a second that I could be fighting, and two, most people don't really push in too crazy that will actually survive. Like most Barbados and stuff in casual matches, they just usually run in. There's 5 people and they immediately get mowed down. But yeah, I mean, it has its uses. His character, you can also see, has 1200 health. So I usually just like sitting in the back lines, and you can just absolutely mow rockets down and get tons and tons of damage in. Because there's no damage fall off. It's a rocket and a projectile. So I mean, it has a bit of travel time, but none that you'll probably be able to dodge out of. And yeah, that's definitely probably the reason why this character is so good. On last one, I forgot, you got your right click. Just a laser that comes out of the front. Pretty decent if someone gets in close range. Like Barbados or something comes in, you can run backwards, start spraying them down. Alright, next character. Turn A Gundam. This is a character that I played for like 1 death, and then I was done with it. It's just not my type of character. I mean, playing it right now, it seems fine. But, it's just not my type of character. The healing is nice. You can see you got nano skin. You can heal up. It actually lasts a decent bit. And you got your F also, which is a grab, which is huge if you can get it on a tank player or someone. Stun them, and you can absolutely destroy them. But where this character really shines is their ultimate, which hopefully I can get some kills and charge it up. But as you can see, I mean, you really depend on charging your thing before to actually get a kill. Like, I know I played against a few of these characters, and if they don't have a full charge ready going into a fight with me, I've probably never lost a 1v1 if they're just going in and shooting like this. A little more, so I can get my ultimate here. And the ultimate is definitely one of the best ultimates in the game. We activate it, it starts spraying out particles under you, which does damage. And so if they're all grouped up on a point or something, I mean, just look at this damage. It's crazy. Everyone's grouped up, you pop that, and they're dead. You can't get shot out of the sky, though. I know I have shot at people out of the sky. If they, like, pop it in a building, you can just shoot them down. But if you're in a space that's hard to hit you, I mean, that ultimate's absolutely going to clean up. Gun Tank, this is also a character that I just can't play. I hate auto-aiming. And also, if you just look at this damage, I don't actually know if it's worse than the other characters, but just from this, the damage itself looks pretty weak. I don't know how it compares, like, if I were just to single it out versus the other characters, but from what I'm seeing here and from what I felt in the game, its damage does not hold up. I'd much rather be able to headshot someone and get decent damage in than do this and just slowly kill someone. It does have mortar, so it has decent AoE potential, but I mean, I just cannot do it with this character. When you got your charge in, I mean, that's fine. Get a little stun. But the one redeeming point in this character is its Q. Its ultimate. Throw that in, and it basically one-shots anyone caught by it. If you have armor or something, you're probably going to get one shot. But, I mean, that's pretty strong. And you also have faster repair, so, I mean, that's nice, too. Get a quick repair in. But, damage-wise, yeah, I just not a big fan of this character. Alright, and the last of the character I've unlocked is GM. And this is also a character I've been trying to try, but I just cannot get into it. I feel its damage is not there. And its weapon, it's just not there. Its shield is fine. I mean, it's got 1300 shield. That's pretty nice. But, from the playstyle I play, I just like getting in there and I absolutely wreck house. And with this character, it just, I cannot finish enemies off and things. I'm just more of a support role, taking the damage, and that's just not the playstyle I play. Its F is also pretty weak. Not only does it throw it, and then you have to set it on the ground. Once you actually activate it, it takes like 1 to 2 seconds before it actually explodes. I mean, one of the redeeming things, it does have this nice repair bot, which slowly heals you. I mean, that's fine. And you also got a shield bash. That's also fine. Also does decent damage. And its Q is also pretty good. I mean, it's fine. If you're in its vicinity, you're going to get destroyed. But, it's 800 health. Its shield that just can get broken. I mean, it's just not for me. Especially with its damage drop-off. Going, like, from here. Yeah, it's not a character I can play. And that's all the characters I have. I'll go over the characters I don't have unlocked. So I will not have, like, I don't actually know the abilities and how they work. I mean, I sort of know just from what I've seen people play. So Murasai, from people I played with and people that played against me, if you can get a good hook on someone and hook them in, I mean, they're definitely dead. That definitely seems like a character that can be good. You definitely have to have a good team, probably, because that hook really depends on if you can get someone in and then they can kill them. Exia also, I have no idea. I've heard it's incredibly good, so that's all I'm really going to say. Mariho, it's a character that I feel like I barely see, and when I do see it, if it's a straight 1v1, they're mostly dead most of the time. Because I know they have, like, bouncing grenades or something, and it's only 3 of them, and then you get to reload. So, I mean, if you're bouncing them into a point, I mean, that can be good. But, honestly, every time I've 1v1 this character, I pretty much won. Zaku 2 Melee. This is a character that's pretty decent. If you're obviously ranged, you're going to have a easier time killing him. I know he's got like a rage mode, which can go into his ultimate, which that's pretty crazy damage. He also has an immune. That can be pretty annoying sometimes fighting him. But as long as you keep your range, it's fine. I know he has like a range slash, and that does decent damage. But yeah, if he ever gets into melee range, you're going to have a hard time. And then we have Unicorn, which playing solo casual, even just having one Unicorn is like, if you don't have one on your team and the other team does, it feels really bad just because I think they give passive healing, don't they? They can also, yeah, grant armor to allies. I mean, that's just crazy. Like, fighting a team where they're all grouped up and they each get, like, I think it's like 200 to 300 armor or something. I mean, that much extra damage to go through. Meanwhile, your team's just far back trying to fight. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just hard to deal with. So, and even their weapon. I mean, they got a minigun. They do crazy damage. So, yeah. But anyways, that's just my take as a solo casual player. Like I said, I'm just going to start ranked. But, I just felt that I thought I'd give a rundown of the characters and what I felt about each of them. So, see ya.